Yo, what's up guys? Jason Ma the Magician, and welcome back to the 365 Days of Magic Challenge. Day number 102, baby. And in this video, I'm going to be teaching you a trick that is so visually impressive, it's going to leave your audiences saying, wow, wow, wow. Their minds will be like, recently, I posted a video for day number 91, and I said if it got 1,000 likes, I would teach the trick in that video, and you guys delivered, and so now I'm delivering as well. Woo! Engagement! Now, if you don't remember what trick it is, let me show you right now, baby. All right, for this trick here, we get a card selected at random, and it really is a free choice. In this case, it's going to be the Jack of Diamonds, and that's going to be placed somewhere in the center of the pack. You can see it really is in the middle, and yet when I push it flush, we give it a few cuts just to make sure it's completely out of my control or yours. And at this stage here, if I wave and snap, boom, baby, check that out. The four of, wait a minute, that's not the right card. No, you got to take this card here and you just give it a little rub like so. Watch the card close as I rub it, and it will change visually into the Jack of Diamonds. Of course, we can take that card again. It's going to go right into the center of the deck like this, so you can keep your eyes on it. And on the tippity top here, we still have the four of spades. You see, it's all about card switching. Let me show you how it works in slow motion. You see, if we take this card here, the Jack of Diamonds, and we rewind time just a little bit to when that Jack of Diamonds was still on the top of the deck. And that right there is the trick that you guys wanted to learn. It's really cool. So cool. Woo! Pretty slick. Now, as complicated as that trick looks, it actually uses like a plethora of really basic techniques. So with a little practice, it shouldn't be too difficult to learn, but there are some parts that might trip you up. Got to quickly interject in this part of the video. Time Machine tutorial by Chris Ramsey did something similar, I believe, and also originally published by Roy Walton and then later touched on by Steve Furman. Okay, so these are the credits that I'm going to give here. This is important. It's very important to give credits to these creators because I came up with the trick independently, right? I didn't come up with it through lessons or anything. I came up with all the moves and everything by myself. However, I am not the original creator. Someone else was. So those are the sources. The best part about it is that you don't need any gimmicks though. You can just use a regular pack of cards. However, you do need a duplicate card. In this case, I used 2 four of spades, but you can use 2 of any card you want as long as you have the duplicates. Now, I think the best way to teach this is to teach you each individual sleight, and then we'll put it all together like a nice sandwich with all the ingredients already prepared. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, before we dive into the tutorial, make sure that you smash like if you haven't already and subscribe. With every bit of engagement, we get one step closer to becoming a full-fledged YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? I could be like one of those dudes that just makes videos and has a good time, and pretty sure you know what I'm saying. Still got to do a trick for today's video, baby, so check it out. A piece of nothing, premium nothing, the best quality nothing that a man could ask for. Check that out. It turns into premium cash, cold, hard, unadulterated cash, baby, and you can check it out. In fact, hell, I'll even give this to you if you can reach through the camera, but you can't, so it's mine. Love ya. Now grab your deck of cards and join me in tutorial view. Now, to start off with, we're going to teach the card control. Now, for this, you have to remember that your spectator is going to take a card, so you're not going to have to do it, freely like I did. So I'm going to teach it as if you're performing it for someone, yeah? So when you get the spectator to pick a card, in this case, it's going to be, boom, the 5 of clubs. They're going to be holding on to that for you. So I'll just put it under here. And while they're looking at the card, what you're going to do is you're going to switch grips. So you're going to hold the deck like this originally. You're going to switch into this like overhand grip with your finger free. So you can see my thumbs at the bottom, these 2 fingers up the top edge here. And there's like a full half of the deck that's not being contacted. Because I'm going to use this pointer finger to like lift a portion off and swing it to the side like this. Then your spectator is going to place their card back there. All right, so the card gets placed straight back onto that pile. And all you're going to do is if you push it out like this, you can show them one more time like this, and you place the rest of the cards on top. And you can show it really is in the middle like this. I like to do this like turn around like that. And now the card is facing me. And from here, what you do is you push down on the with the thumb. So I'm holding the deck in that natural dealer's grip here like this. 3 fingers along the side, point at the front to stop the cards from sliding down, and thumb along the edge. My thumb is just going to push down on this card, and what will happen is that'll actually lift that topmost packet. So when I push it all the way in now, I'll actually just be holding this natural break. Yeah? And so from here, what I can do is I can take the cards from the bottom. I take half, I put it to the top, and then I take the other half, which will have their card on it, and I bring that to the top as well. And that's how you pretty much control the card. In a singular motion, basically when the card's placed into the middle, you're going to push down, you give it 1, 2 cuts like this, and now you've controlled that card to the top. And that's the control, baby. The easy stuff. Are you with me so far? Because it gets a little bit more complicated from here on out. You know what I'm saying? So up next is the color change. And in order to do it, you take a card, in this case the Joker, and when you rub it with your hand like this, it will appear to have changed into another card. Now to do it is pretty easy. It's not as hard as you might think. All you're essentially doing with this is you have to pick up 2 cards as one. Right, so here's how you do it. You're going to, with your thumb, you're just going to push across 2 cards. You can see I'm pushing them across here. So I'm holding it in that natural grip again. My thumb's just going to reach over and just push a bunch of cards across. And my pinky's just going to dig underneath 2. And then I just use my thumb to pull them back. So now I'll be holding this sort of break underneath 2 cards. From here, I'm going to reach under like this, pinch it, and I'm going to turn it like the pages of a book, just like that. That's all I have to do. Now, when I'm in this position with the 2 cards face up on the deck, I have to execute the change. Now, essentially, the change, what I do is I turn my hand over like this, but in the motion of turning my hand over, if I come this side here, in the motion of turning my hand over, you'll see my pinky contacts the corner and drags the card slightly forward, exposing this edge here, which will allow my palm to drag that card out and down until it finally clears. And then I just pretty much place it on top like that. And it still looks pretty magical even when you know what's happening. And in a single motion, it should just look like you're going to give that card a little rub, right? You can say you're heating up the ink or something, and then it will change into the selected card. And that's pretty much the whole color change. If you want a more extensive tutorial on it, I have another video already on my channel. You can check it out, yeah? But for the bare bones basics, yeah, you're just going to push across, dig that pinky underneath, turn the 2 cards over like the pages of a book, and then you push the card forward, slide the other one back until it clears, and then place that card on top. And that's pretty much the entire thing. You're in the thick of it now, man. You've learned some crazy stuff already. Up next in this craziness is actually the transposition portion, okay? The transposition portion. This is probably the hardest part of the entire trick, but it is, you know, it's fun. It's easy enough if you just pay attention. All right, so for this, you're going to have the 2 duplicates on the top of the deck, and what I want is I want an indifferent card to be in between the 2 duplicates, yeah? And this is how you do the transposition. So once you've got it set up, you've got your duplicate, indifferent card, and then your other duplicate like this. You're going to place those on the top, and now you begin the trick simply by taking the card. In this case, it's going to be the Joker. That goes into the center of the deck like this, and then I can show the next card above it, which is the 4 of spades. And what I do is I rewind time like this, yeah? And you can see it goes back to when the Joker was on the top, just like that. How crazy, man. Now that's more or less what it looks like, but to execute it, well, let me just break it down for you, okay? So when you turn the 2 cards over as one like this, you're then going to get a break under them again. Now I recommend using your thumb to just kind of like riffle up the back until you can count off 2 cards, and then put your pinky underneath that like this. That way you don't end up pushing across and showing that you've got 2 cards. It's okay to do this when the cards are face down, but when they're face up, you don't want to do that, yeah? Another alternative is when you get the break the first time, you push the 2 cards off, you get the break, turn them over, but turn them over like out jogging the top of the deck like this. This will mean that you can just use your pointer finger to pull down, and it will create the natural bow here so that you can then turn those cards face down again. Just trying carefully to keep them together. I'm using these fingers to kind of hold them in alignment so that they don't split and show that there are actually 2 cards here, yeah? So we turn them over like the pages of the book, we pull down, we turn them over again. I'm still leaving it out jogged, and then I just pinch the corner like this, very carefully picking the 2 cards up as if they were just one, yeah? And with my other hand, I'm going to riffle. So my pointer finger will curl under the deck like this, and my thumb will riffle along until about halfway, and I'm just going to insert those 2 cards as if they were one straight there in the middle. Now from here, I like to put them to the side like this, and then I clamp them like that. So they're being held between the crease in my thumb here, and my pointer finger here is holding them together. So now I can move pretty freely and they won't split, yeah? From here, you're just going to turn over this card here. It doesn't matter how you do that, just turn it over. And then when I'm ready to perform the move, I realign this back into the middle like this, and then I hold it in position. So my fingers here and here are making sure that this card doesn't move side to side right now until I'm ready to execute the move. And the move from the bottom looks like this. I'm going to come over to the corner edge. I'm going to begin rotating the card like this, and I'm kind of separating it as I spin the card. Now this finger is acting as a pivot point for it to spin around like that. Now I've stolen the card, you see that? Completely stolen. So from this angle you can't see what it looks like. So once again I'll put these back in the middle here, and this is how it works, okay? I'm just kind of smearing like this, but I'm trying to keep the alignment of the card. So as I spin like this, that card is coming out, and I'm just trying to keep it in my hand like this. It's being held in place with my fingers, like I've smeared it in there, yeah? And then from here, when I turn over to show this card here, okay, I'm going to then place this card on here at the same time. But the motion is that you want to kind of come over it so that you're covering the action of putting it on the bottom, if that makes sense. Let me show you the behind the scenes view here, because this is a very complicated maneuver. So with the cards all set up on the top, when I get the double, I'm going to push across, my pinky digs under there like this, then I reach under and I turn it like the pages of a book, leaving it sticking out of the top. So I can show the card, the Joker. This is the Joker. And from here I pull down, it creates that bubble. My pointer finger pulls down and it creates that bubble. I pick them both up, I turn them over again, and now I'm going to pinch the corner and place those 2 cards in the middle as if they were just one card, yeah? Now from here, like I said, I like to do this so it holds out to the side. That way I can keep it nice and aligned. And I'm just going to turn this top card over by itself. Now when I'm ready to do the trick, I pull this back into the middle, being careful not to split them. And now from this angle, it looks like this. I'm going to reach over the top like that, going to all the way to the corner. You can see my pointer contacts the corner here, and then I'm going to start smearing that card, dragging it out as I rotate this around like so. Now when I replace it to the bottom, I'm going to bring this forward like that, so you can see it goes over the front of my index finger. Bring it forward, and I'm going to place this on the bottom of the deck as I show them that this card is now here, and then I can reveal this card as well. Now trust me, I know that was a lot, and some of you probably gave up already, but if you didn't and you're still here, well, we're going to do the whole routine now, all right? The best part about doing the whole routine is I don't actually have to go into too much detail explaining it, because you know all the moves now, baby. So check it out. You start off with the 2 cards on the top of the deck, yeah? These are, your spectator's not going to know these are here, but your 2 duplicates go on the top, and you get them to select a card. Whatever card they want, it's a completely free choice. Now, when they go to put the card back, you're going to swing cut this off like that. They're going to place the card right here, and you're just going to put these on top. From here, I like to spin the deck around like this, and then you're going to push down and get that double undercut break that I taught you at the start. You're going to control the card to the top. So now the situation is that you've got the 2 dupes and then their card sitting on the top, yeah? Now from here, I'm going to push across, I'm going to get the double, turn it like the pages of a book, and show that that is not their card. But the best part is that when I give it just a little rub like this, I can have that card change into their card, and you now know how to do that. Now from here, I'm going to riffle up the back to get that break, turn it over so it's sticking out jogged from the top, and place those 2 cards in the middle as if they were one card, remembering to riffle down, place it into the middle, and then I leave it like this. This way I can show that it really is in the middle. I take the next card, in this case the 4 of spades, and I can show this as many times. You can see your 6 is really in the middle, the 4 is really on the top. You see, there's no question. Now when you're ready to do the move, you execute the smearing technique. Remember to smear it, try to keep it covered, keep it covered, and then I'm going to turn over as I replace this on the bottom. Now remember to bring this forward like that, and that way you'll cover it, because if you just try to go for it, they'll see this moment here. So you want to bring this forward and then take that out, and then you can show that the 6 is sitting on the top, and that is the entire routine in a singular circle, I guess. Now this is one of those tricks that you're going to want to have to learn the angles for. It's not surround proof, but it is a very powerful visual, especially for camera. Like if you do this on camera, you'll blow some mind holes, you know what I'm saying? But I do recommend that you take the time to do the routine very slowly first when you're practicing, because slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So as long as you remember that, you should be golden. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that for day 102, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 103, because this whole thing that we're doing, well, it's going to be going for a little while. So, yeah, I'll see you later. I'll see you later, baby.
Call me Bucky, lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing.